Okay. I guess this is what's going on. Okay. There we go. Holy crap, that was fast. Jeez. Okay, so anyways, now you guys get to see my desktop a little bit. And there we go. Oh, right, I can't see chat right now. Well, give me just one moment and I'll be able to. Okay. Just let me know if it's too loud, honestly. Um, I will edit as I see fit. Okay. Dang, already two. I honestly didn't think that y'all would actually want this kind of stream, so I figured I'd just ask on my Discord, and apparently you guys wanted it. Um, so that's pretty cool. I'm gonna turn it down a little bit for me though. Okay, there we go. So essentially what we're doing today is we're going over different things for my series that is called Limited. Um, the whole premise of Limited is essentially, if we go over here, so over time there was a repeat of the asteroid that hit Earth to wipe out all prehistoric life. Um, and it killed 90%, like 97% of the entire population of the Earth, all animals, plants, everything. And so there were only like a handful of people that lived through it. And these people only survived because they had unique abilities. Now, as they started creating offspring, their offspring also had abilities. And as time went on, longer and longer, they created something called the modus system. Modus is actually a Latin word, it means limit. Um, and so basically, the modus system is a ranking of how powerful or how useful an ability is. Um, and so each category up to six are all basically 1 through 9, like it says here. First category is danger, basically judges the absolute destructive ability of an ability. Second is utility, is basically how widely usable is this ability and how effective is it in more situations. So if you have a lower utility, generally it's only useful in a handful of things. Whereas if you have a lower danger, it just means that it doesn't really have as much output. The third category is basically the ability to control the ability. So basically, if you have a high control rating, that means that you have full control over your ability, whereas passive abilities would have a lower control rating. Fourth category is movement. It's based on basically the overall movement of your ability. So, for example, teleporting would be a very high movement. Superhuman speed, high movement. Low movement scores don't really impact you going slower. And then there's the efficiency, basically how much energy it takes or consumes in order to actually use your ability. The sixth number is what kind of ability it is. So, physical, mental, spiritual, spatial, mystical, passive, planar, commanding, natural. Each different thing has a different effect. For example, physical is going to affect your physical capabilities or physical appearance. Mental is going to be more psionic abilities. Spiritual is going to be anything that revolves around different basically manipulating the auras or souls of different things, either living or dead. Spatial, that just basically your ability to manipulate the space around you. Mystical is going to be anything that doesn't really naturally fit into anything else. Passive abilities are going to be things that are passive. Planar is basically manipulating different planes of existence. Commanding is going to be anything that relates to the manipulation of certain elements or certain things. For example, telekinesis, where most people would think that would be mental, that's actually commanding, since you're able to manipulate things with your mind and just control them movement based. Natural is going to be anything that messes with the natural laws. So gravity, chaos theory, thermodynamics, stuff like that. Now there is a seventh rankings system, but it doesn't necessarily always get used. It represents that it's a unique ability that has the ability to potentially evolve over lifetime experiences. Also, if you have this number, it's 1 in 10 that you're literally just going to straight up die. So that's pretty cool. Okay, so the 7th number determines your ability to go through a process called unavailable modus, which basically means, it's a Latin phrase again, because, you know, I take Latin, or took Latin. I'm not in school anymore, but I'm getting back into it. Anyway, so unavailable modus literally means limit overflow. That's it. Basically, during this process, depending on how powerful your ability is, you will be under a longer time period in which you are completely incapable of actively using your ability, whereas it constantly passively fires off. So, for example, if somebody had super strength or something like that, just to do a simpler ability, people would be unable to control their strength. So, if they touch somebody, hey, you could kill them, you could not. But it's very, very rare. And even when you do have it, during that process, which is called unavailable modus, you could die. You could just straight up die because of the pain, or because your ability misfires and kills you. And after you go through the phase, it evolves your ability. Like I said earlier, your modus number is going to be slightly manipulated, and we call these augmented, or in the actual term, it's called an octus number, which is basically a modus number, but augmented, because octus means augmented. Let's see, what else is there? So basically the rules of limits and abilities. Abilities are actually determined by a multitude of things, not just the abilities of your parents. As a matter of fact, that actually is minimal effect. People are usually born with only one ability. There are rare cases where that is not necessarily true. Their abilities are determined by place of birth, time of birth, basically the health of the mother when giving birth, the abilities of both parents, the kind of building that they were born in, the method in which they were delivered, the abilities of anybody that is nearby. So basically, if you are born in a hospital and your doctor has an ability, your ability could possibly revolve around that. Oh, also, because you know what, I felt like it, words have power. Depending on what the parents say at that exact moment, it develops a psionic connection to the child, and when birthed, whatever they say impacts the ability of the child. For example, the main character, who is named Lemurus Lance. Lemurus is another Latin word here. It means basically the malevolent souls of the dead. Let's see here. What does it say? Basically, his parents were both born without abilities. And so his dad, naturally, when he was born, prayed that he would be born with an ability so as to not go through the hardships inflicted on them by society if you don't have an ability. Usually abilities will have a condition of sorts. For example, the main character, his condition is he must be able to sense hostility from other people. Or he doesn't even have to sense it. It's passive ability, actually. Whenever hostility is present from anybody or anything, anything that is attempting to touch Lemurus will be will be automatically dodged. It is a passive ability. That's basically the rundown of how abilities work. Let's go with society. Basically, society is divided by the modus of people. So if you have a low modus, you are called a soli, which means low in Latin. And they are very highly mistreated. The jobs available for them are very slim and usually have to do with physical labor or something of the sort. People with like a middle level modus are called medi, which is another Latin word for middle. They usually only mistreat or harass solely because they are above them in the hierarchy. Then we have Apex, which are the highest level of modus. They mistreat both Sully and Medi because they are stronger and therefore have more ability to dish it, even though they might not be able to take it. But since they have higher ability standards, they can take it. Now, I also came up with this. It's called an Obri, which is the fourth category of people. It's basically somebody who conceals the power of their ability or their modus and makes up a new modus. Generally, Soli are not able to do this because there are people that know that they are weak and therefore they could just denounce that. So, Obri are generally only they're generally only done by Medi and Apex. And people that go through all of it modus or limit overflow are called Novi. So yeah, that's pretty cool. Yeah, I already mentioned this. Income is based on your modus number. So having a high modus number is very, very beneficial in society, in this society at least. And yeah, society is very organized but also very segregated. And then we get into character stuff. I have a lot of character stuff. Lots of characters. Oh, wait. Okay, character spitballing. Yeah, okay. And then miscellaneous story beats. So basically, this is where I make notes of all of the arcs of this book. And I'm planning to at least plan for the entire first book before I start writing it. However, I already started writing it, so essentially I'm just planning to only write once I finish up here, or only write what I've written down here. And then, I don't know if this is a good idea, but I have a prologue here that explains the entire situation and all of the rules that I just explained to you. Let's see here. Prologue end. Okay, so this is the first chapter, or rather episode as I called it. This is when you're introduced to the main character. And he's introduced in a rather violent manner. somebody tries to pick on him because he is an Obri, an Apex pretending to be a Sully. And so everybody knows him as a Sully because the people that know that he's an Apex aren't willing to squeak. So as he's being bullied, he kind of just beats the living crap out of his attackers, or his aggressors rather. He just straight up shatters this, like, yeah, he just shatters this guy's rib cage. He's good at fighting because his ability is just naturally dodging everything. And that's pretty much it for as far as I am. I got to the point where I'm introducing all of the characters. Lemurus also means shade, so I had Cyrus, which is supposed to be the smart character, make a little bit of a joke here by calling Lemurus shady. So that's what I have so far. It's a lot more complicated than that, but that's just a basic rundown. Let's see. Okay. Let's see. Stream info. Wow. My go live notification is still from when I played Cuphead. Jeez. Okay. I genuinely... Okay, is there a way for me to check who's here? Oopsies. Okay, there we go. Okay. So, who is here? Because it looks like I have one person here with me. Oh no. Okay. So let's try not to crash stream. Oh wow, Brannick, it says that you're not here. Straight up. Oh yeah. Brannick, since you're the co-writer, do you want to just work on story beats right now, since we can? Because why not? You don't exist. Right. That is so weird. Oh, now you're there. That was so bizarre. Okay. So, let's see. Lemurs instructs the members of the club to come up with ideas for the next club meeting as to how they should publicize themselves. Okay, so this is when they're uh, going on about... Well, holy crap, I forgot I did all that. Holy crap, yeah, I completely forgot about that. Um, let's see. Um, I don't really know where to go. I think it's like time to start writing, but I don't really know what I want to do exactly. Okay, so in the first arc is when Vince goes through. Okay, let's see. Gives ability advice to students. Okay, so who do I have written so far? Let's see. Another student. Okay. Crowd goes silent. You have been given existence. Yes, you have, my friend. Yes, you indeed have. Okay, let's see. So we got Jackson. Ugh. Oh, okay. We'll just put a dash to mark if I've already included them yet. Okay, Elizabeth. Let's see. Okay. So Benjamin's there, and then Addison is next. And then who is after Addison? Okay. Cyrus. Okay, so I still need to finish Cyrus's introduction. I need to do Anastasia's introduction, Catherine's, Serenity's, and Raphael's. Anybody else? Oh, Daniel's, Vince's, Jennifer's, and Olivia will be introduced a little bit later. Let's see. Are we good in terms of like volume and everything? Not feeling that one. Okay, so Addison backed up as Lem smirked and nodded. And do keep in mind, this is only like the first draft, and so I'm just trying to put stuff on paper. I'm gonna go back and like actually edit it and stuff and make it not bad. My first drafts are always bad. Okay, let's see. Analysis. I forget how just straight up offensive Cyrus is. Like, he's just so mean. Okay. Oh, hey, Mattoon. Yeah, so what we're doing right now is listening to Man with a Mission because they're pretty great. And then also just working on my book. You weren't here for the basic rundown. Here, I'll go over it again. Essentially, society is dictated by your ability. Your ability is dictated by 6 factors, sometimes even 7. Basically, your overall destructive ability with your ability, or the destructive ability of your... You know what? Take it as you will. Utility is basically the variety of uses that your ability has. Control is basically how much you can control your ability. Movement is how much of a benefit your ability gives to your movement. Efficiency is how much energy it takes to use your ability. And then you just have the type of ability. Yes, Man with a Mission is freaking great. Changed my mind. But yeah, so those are the 6 main categories. There is a 7th category that is extremely rare, and it designates that you have the potential to go through something called Alevit Modus, which is Latin for limit overflow. Okay, wait. Yeah. So it's always going to be a 1 if it's there. It's not always there. And then it designates that there's a possibility that you will go through Olivet Modus, which is when your ability essentially evolves. During this process, you start randomly misfiring your ability, and it causes an extreme amount of pain. After it ends, your modus number, which is dictated by these, is actually changed and is called an octus number. And this octus number is your new ability standard. So it's always going to be higher, except for the case with one specific character that shows up later on. I have not written him down yet, but I should probably do that. On top of that, there is a high chance that you will actually die during this process because your ability will misfire and accidentally kill you. Or the pain will be too much for your body to handle and you just turn into an actual vegetable. So, yeah, it's pretty not great. The rules of limits, or basically your abilities. I called them limits in this case. You will usually be born with only one ability. There are a few exceptions. Your abilities are determined by place of birth, time of birth, the health of your mother when giving birth, the abilities of your parents, what building. Yeah, it does overflow. But yeah, so essentially, that's how it works. The main character is named Lemurus Lance. Lemurus is actually a Latin word which means the malevolent spirits of the dead, or shade. And I make a pun with that right here, and nobody's ever going to get that, because nobody is going to know Latin. So, that's a little bit of an inside thing. And there's a lot of different stuff that's inside things. I'm sorry, this is too loud. I need to... yeah, that works. I might have to turn it back up here a little bit. There we go. Okay, there we go. Now I can actually think. Lemurus' ability is called Dodge Step. Oh, also, yeah, rules of limits. They will almost always have an activation condition of some sort. For Lemurus, basically, if there is any kind of hostility by anybody, anywhere within a certain radius, it's a passive ability that just automatically forces him to dodge in the most effective way. So, oh, right. Also, during his dodges, he becomes completely unkillable. So, that's pretty cool. So all of these details and stuff. And then there are Soli, Medi, and Apex. Basically, Soli are the weakest, Medi are in the middle, Apex are at the top. There's also something called an Obri, which is when a Apex or Medi decides to cosplay as either a Soli or Medi. And this ability to conceal their ability makes it to where they can actually live amongst lower class people, because society is completely segregated and income is based on your place in the hierarchy, Soli being at the bottom, Apex being at the top. And then people that go through Olivet Modus are called Novi because they are, reborn new. And these are all of the other characters. So that's pretty cool. So I was talking about how I was writing on these. I just need to... Okay, I did this fire off style, so... Let's see. Okay, now I need to go look at personality notes because I have those, and for whatever reason I decided not to put them with everything. Okay, character spitballing. Oh no. No. Where are they? Oh, there they are. Character personalities. I'm gonna bold this. And there we go. Okay, Jackson KKKK. Let's see. So that's a personality of Anastasia. Let's go. What should I do? So I need to think of a way to send Cyrus back to the line because basically, okay, so to explain the situation because you weren't here, right now, oh, whoopsies. Okay. Oh yeah, Bloody Gloves. So Lemurus is making a club called Hierarchy Studies, and it's a club that is exclusive to only Soli and Medi, so Apex are not allowed in this club. And he also reveals that he is an Obri because he's actually an Apex that is going oh, I know you probably thought of it, but like within the characters, do they initially divide based upon one's power essentially causing a rift between groups of people? Yes. Actually, different people actually do look down on them. Or, okay, so actually, this is a really good point. Where is it? Second wave, invasion, rebellion, arc. Okay. Rebellion arc is basically, it's not exactly what you were saying, but it shows that the characters actually have a self-based. Okay, holy crap, how long is this arc? Oh right, I actually choreographed 2 of the fights, that's why. Okay, so there's a rebellion arc where Lemurus's past was revealed because the reason why he wanted to mask as a Soli is because he accidentally killed some people when he found them actually harassing his mother. And so he went a little bit far and killed them both. And so he decided to mask as a Soli because he accidentally scared himself with his abilities and didn't want to be in that position again or known as a killer. So he hid his past completely and masked as a Soli in order to kind of atone for what he did, accidentally killing 2 Medis. Now, in the Rebellion arc, they actually find out his past. They also... Okay, so Cyrus also is able to find out that Lemurus is actively going through Olivet Modus, which is extraordinarily painful, but he's just kind of shrugging it off because he has to stay strong for the students. Oh, yeah. I should probably explain the invasion arc first, actually. Yeah, skip everything I just said. Invasion arc. There's this dude. He's a murderer. He basically sneaks into a school and starts killing the students and holding them hostage in order to prevent being arrested and such. Lemurus actually... Oh, yeah. So, villain straight up murders one of the people in Lemurus's club, or Lems. I'm gonna start calling him Lem because it's easier. But Jackson of Lem's club is murdered by the criminal that broke into the school. Lem gets really pissed off and actually reveals, hey, I'm not born without an ability, and just beats the ever-living crap out of the villain, who I have yet to come up with a name for. Should probably do that. Anyways, during this fight, he actually begins Olivet Modus, and he essentially pushes through the pain and takes advantage of his ability misfiring to accidentally kill the criminal by teleport dodging into his skull and shattering his skull. So that was fun. So because he just exploded this man's head, he's kind of covered in blood. He points to all of the Apex students that are huddled in the corners, scared out of their lives because of, you know, the criminal that came in. And tells them not to mess with him or the people in his club. Yeah, that's all he says. Lester. Oh, the reason why he's called Lemurus is because it's a Latin word. Basically, it's a hint at his past. So Lemurus means malevolent souls of the dead in Latin. And the reason why I named him Lemurus is because his past is that he accidentally killed 2 people. And so I wanted his name to be a marker of the fact that he's not able to get over his past traumas. Oh, for the villain? Where is he? Really? I put the second wave before... Oh, wait. Actually, no. The second wave was before. Oh, this is a good song. Okay, so apparently... Did I really not... I could have sworn... Second wave students... Wow, I really just straight up didn't even input his character in. Well... Let's look real quick. Called Atomic Rearrangement. Okay, so here we go. Oopsies. Oh, not what I meant to do. Dang it. Come on. This is very annoying. There. Okay, so Lester for the villain's name. And then we'll still need to come up with a second, like, his last name. And then since he's a villain, he doesn't really get a nickname. So we'll come up with his age right now. We'll put him at 27 years old. Because I feel like that's a good place to go. And then his ability is called Atomic Rearrangement. Then Apex. User can completely restructure and rearrange the atoms and molecules of anything they touch. And then now to actually make the modus. So power probably, actually we're gonna put, no, we're putting the power at 9 because that is ultra destructive. Utility, probably gonna put that at a 7. Movement, it doesn't provide any actually it could technically theoretically provide movement, so we'll put it at as a 3. And then we got control, or actually is control a like before movement? Control is before movement. Okay, 0.3. And then we got to come up with the efficiency rating. I would say that it's pretty efficient. We'll put it at an 8. And then what should we mark it as? What would it be? Either physical or natural, probably. I think we're just gonna make it physical. Okay, and we won't do... that's actually pretty low for an apex. So, we're gonna buff it a little bit. Movement we'll put at a 4. Efficiency we'll put at a 9. Yeah, that's pretty high. That's actually really high. Considering this is a medi, which means this is kind of a middle work. So that's fun. Let's see here. Alright, so I was explaining the whole situation. Okay. So, during the invasion arc... Oh, I should probably mark this dude as the villain. What the heck? Villain of invasion arc. And let's see here. During the invasion arc, he kills Jackson, gets absolutely butchered by Lemerus, and then... yeah, so then the school starts hiring security to prevent all of that from happening again. Rebellion arc... basically, second wave students weren't ever told that he was an Obri, whereas first wave students were. And so they stopped trusting Lemerus entirely, not only because he lied about his ability, but also the nature of his ability. They just stopped trusting him, I guess. But Lemerus basically just ignores it and continues teaching them how to defend themselves and how to optimize their abilities. Eleanor, her ability is basically to open rifts in space, and she can use that for transportation, or she could use it to look at stuff. And so in this case, Eleanor spies on Lemerus, and with Eleanor is Abigail, Serenity, Benjamin, and Cyrus. Cyrus uses his ability called Analyze to determine everything about Lem's ability. So he determines that Lemerus's ability is the dodge-based thing, and then he also finds out that Lemerus was actively going through Olivet Modus. Cyrus hires Felix, who is... Okay, so Felix, I don't know if I wrote him down either, but... Hey, Brannick, remember Mr. Objection? That's Felix. Is Felix even... Did I already use Felix? Okay. That's not what I meant to do. Okay, Felix. Yeah, I never wrote down Felix, so we need to do that real quick. Okay. Felix. Felix is going to be 17. He's going to be a junior in high school. His ability is called... Wait, what did we decide to call his ability? Where's my notebook? Okay, there's my notebook. Let's see. Yes, we did name him Felix Wright. We'll probably have to actually like change that eventually for copyright purposes. Um, and there we go. Mr. Objection. What did we call it exact? Truth Seeker is what we called it. And that is most definitely a solely ability. Did we write down what Truth Seeker did as well? We had to have, right? Oh, the original name of the ability was called Spectator? I'm glad we changed it because that's really broad. Okay, so I guess we have to come up with the analysis. Felix wrong. Felix correct. Name him Goku? Name who Goku? I'm not naming anybody Goku. I don't... Okay, listen. Just like you can get copyrighted for music, you can get copyrighted for literature as well. And, literature... They, So you can ruin your entire career. Music, you can't ruin your career. You can get, like, a couple of songs taken down and everything, or whatever. But if you get caught and accused of copyright, like if somebody pulls the copyright claim on a book, the author's ruined, like just ruined. It's really bad. And so I actually had to change the name of the main character because it sounded too much like another character from another series that is very similar to this one, which this is actually partially based on, except for a lot of everything is completely different. Just the setting is the same. Let's see. How are we gonna... Okay. User... Can see through all lies, no matter how big or small. User is immune to illusions or illusion-based abilities. What else? User is physically yeah, the author of JoJo is kind of whack. He really... Well, the copyright laws in America are a little bit more strict than in Japan, if I'm not mistaken. User is physically... compulsively shouts objection whenever they see through a lie or deception based convert... Oh. There we go. Time to create his modus number. Let's see. So, danger 0, utility 1, control 0, movement 0, efficiency 9, and then ability... Ooh. Okay. We'll go mental. We'll label it as a mental ability. Two. Is this video supposed to not show the chat on the screen? Huh. Oh, yeah, you're right. It totally would be a passive ability. Okay, for the sake of not crashing my computer, I'm gonna do that one. I guess that's just how this works. We can't. That is a little bit weird, not gonna lie. Oh, you know what? I bet I know what it is. Okay. Let's see. Transform. No, group. There we go. That was the issue. Also, Hey Now is an amazing song. I love it. Okay. There we go. That's better. Wait, would this technically be a Medi then? No, this would not be a Medi. Okay. Rebellion arc. Let's see. Oh, that's problematic. How? Okay. Oh. I have no idea what I just did, but I did something. Huh. So, if we go here. So, because of the color of the text, you're not really able to see anything. So, oh, whoopsies. Can we rename this? Okay. Okay. Viewer count. Add source. Let's see. Properties, maybe? Font settings. Black. Okay, let's see. Does that work for that? It does. Okay. Then Let's see. There we go. And then we will do chat box and properties, font settings, black, chatter, source, visual settings. And let's just do one more thing to tweak this. Okay. Let's see. What are these settings for the other chat box? There we go. And we'll close. Oh, whoopsies. Oh no, what have I done? Unlock. Am I able to separate this? Ungroup. Oh, whoops, not what I meant to do. Okay. Stream stats white. Really? Okay. Group. Ungroup scene. Let's see. Oh, I think we did it. Ungroup scene, please. Please, no. Dang it, what am I doing? You know what? We'll figure it out later. We don't need to deal with this right now. Okay. Let's just wait for stream to catch up. There we go. Is it not working? Okay, lock. Oh. Oh, I did it. Oh, heck yeah. Okay, okay. Oh, we did it. Okay. Why is that not working? Properties. Why is that not working? Um... Properties. Can we pull all of this to the front? Okay. Um... How do I make these visible? Um... Okay. Okay. Why is this so difficult to do? Properties. Okay. What is going on? I love how this turned from a writing stream to me trying to figure out what I'm doing. Okay. Hello, Devry. We're just trying to figure stuff out because I didn't do that before stream. So what happens if I put that there? Does that do anything? Yes. Only English. Okay. How do I do this? Okay. Why is that the way it is? Oh. Show. Interact. Okay. Okay, let's try something here then. Let's see. Is there any way to do dark mode? Well, I guess that just means that we don't have that. So I guess viewer count and such is not gonna be here? Question mark? What happens if I just move... What if I just move this under? Okay. Let's see. What if we just make this visible? Hold on. What does this say? Okay, properties. We are just going to... Boop. Properties, that is in fact black. And then viewer count properties, black. What did I do? Okay. Does this work? Please. Yes. Okay. That was too stressful. I don't really know how to recover from that. That was just really weird. So here's what we're gonna do. We're just gonna start writing. Screw it. Okay, how are we gonna make Cyrus retreat back into the crowd? That's also really short. Let's see. Oopsies. So I'm just writing a little bit more dialogue for Cyrus before he steps back in line. So Cyrus smirks a little, looks directly at Lem. You seem a little shady. Why do you want to help us? You said you were an Aubrey, comma, so are you Medi or Apex? And after that, we'll do one more question. Regardless, why do you want to help us? What do you gain? And oh, whoopsies. What are you planning? Oopsies. And I don't even know how I did that one. Okay, so I think that that's going to be the... Oh, hey, Rui, what's up? We are just casually going through and, yeah, just working on my book. Or one of my 2 books. Right, I almost forgot. Where is it? There we go. Huzzah. Sorry, had to. Okay, so we're basically just writing, working on my book, and then also listening to Man with a Mission in the background. And then, let's see. What? Okay, we'll make Lem smirk a little bit. And calls back. I'm simply tired. Oh, well, that's not the word we were trying to use. Seeing my peers put people down or be put down. Frankly, I find it somewhat obnoxious. I think that's what we're gonna go for. If that answers your questions, may you step back in line and allow the next person to go. Okay, there we go. Oh, well, apparently I typed the word that twice. Okay. There we go. I think we're gonna move on to the next character introduction, which I believe is Anastasia. Let's pull up her character real quick. Huh. Okay, she's the 18-year-old with... Okay. Yay, character personalities. And we'll go with Anastasia. Last edit was 22 minutes ago. Dang. How long have I been live even? I can't even tell. Oh well. So, since Cyrus is more reserved... Oh, did I not hit tab? I could have sworn I did. There we go. Let's see. Since he's more stuck up and confident in himself, he's arrogant, but he's also very calm and patient. Falls back into the line of students, probably. And now to introduce Anastasia. What was her character description? I forgot. It's been so long. It's been way too long. Okay. Right, I made her German. Or no, wait. She's not the Norwegian one, right? Yeah, Serenity is the Norwegian one. Okay, Anastasia is... let's go with... Okay, for comfort, we're gonna go with short first, and I think I'm gonna make her gag, like, okay, so she's, I believe, the oldest of the group, or second oldest or something. She's one of the oldest people in the first group that the readers are introduced to. She's... How many seniors are in the first group? So we got freshman, sophomore, junior, senior. Okay. So Catherine is also there. Serenity is also a senior. Honestly, it's not even a competition. Raphael is my favorite character in this book. It's really not a competition. Okay. So, should I make her a strawberry? Blue-eyed girl with strawberry blonde hair. Trotted up in front of them and began speaking with a raised voice. I think that'll be good, and then we'll go into the actual character introduction. We'll use... Where is the other one? Okay. Jackson, Elizabeth, Benjamin, Addison. Okay. Hello, fellow students. As one of the eldest of this group, will help. Oh, wait, no, that's not a good. Oh crap! What did I do? Whoopsies. I will try to help out when I can. What speech pattern does she use? She should be super polite. What did I... Okay. Artsy, pushy, compassionate. Okay. Anastasia. Oh crap! How do I do that? There we go. Copy. Paste. Oh, apparently I wrote this in Times New Roman. Hey. And we will just Times New Roman it. 12, okay. And there we go. I'll try to help out when I can. I'm Anastasia Bruce. 18. Actually, or Anna. What did I say for her? Anna, Annie, okay. I think I'm just gonna go with Anna. I don't think I'll do Annie because I think that I'll use that as something as a call to later on to grow the world and introduce possibly another male character or female. Don't know really yet. I'm 18, going on 19. And oh yeah, I never decided what time this takes place. We'll do... It's beginning of the school year, so that's when clubs usually start up. So we'll probably put the beginning of the story taking place sometime in late August to mid-September. So we will put Anna's birthday in November. On November, let's go with the 3rd. Why not? Do I actually use numbers or do I actually... Wait. I do use numbers, so I'm not quite there yet. And Let's see. Okay, my ability is called Afterthought. Do I actually capitalize the ability names? No, I don't. Okay. So we are good to just continue this way. How are there still 4 people watching? Why is this one of my most successful streams? Oh, it's crazy. Okay. I have a perfect memory and can use my ability to essentially ability can only activate as user remembers the past event being analyzed to essentially analyze the setting perfectly. I can only analyze one memory at a time and forget the analysis of past memories when I analyze a new memory. Okay. I think that this... Let's see. Okay, going on 18... I'm 18 going on 19 on November 3rd. My ability is called Afterthought. I have perfect memory. Can use my ability to essentially analyze the... everything about my memories perfectly. I can only analyze one memory at a time and forget the analysis of past memories when I analyze a new memory. Okay. There we go. So we're gonna have... Oh crap, not what I meant to do. Anna looks at Lem. Oh, well, that's not how you spell intently. As if looking for validation. Okay. I don't know. I don't want to potentially misconstrue a romance towards the main character. Was my introduction detailed enough? There we go. I think that that's going to be the optimal strat for right now. Huh. Cool. Oh. That's nice. Lem smiles at her and points to the line. silently because he doesn't care. She's gonna hang her head. And who is the next character we're introducing? Okay, Catherine. I want to checker the genders, though. You know what? It's fine. Okay. Moderately tall brunette girl on her way back to the line. And then how do you spell brunette? Is it only one N? I've never had to spell brunette. Vlim and turns towards the students in the line. I am... Hey, you know what? They can't copyright historical figures. Oh yeah, what did I make her personality? What am I doing? I need to figure that out first. Okay. I'm also 18, but I just... Okay. But I don't imagine being of any help for you guys. So just ask if you need anything, but I can't guarantee that I can help. Okay. Let's work on introducing the abilities. Next is perfect memory. Ah, yes. I forgot. I made her extremely susceptible to PTSD. Past that I have forgotten. So naturally, I'm a little scared of people, but I hope that hanging around all of you can help me open up, and I think that that's I look forward to getting to know all of you. There we go. Am I supposed to be saying whether, like... Oh no, I'm supposed to be saying... I forgot that I was supposed to be saying their rankings. I just love Cyrus so much. I mean, his introduction. My name is Cyrus. I'm 17 years old, and I'm a junior this year. My ability is called analyze, right, analysis, which should be self-explanatory even for mouth breathers like yourselves. Unfortunately, society fails to notice the utility of my ability, and as such has labeled me as Sully. But I intend to destroy Medi and Apex regardless of my rank in society. I love, I love Cyrus. Don't get me wrong, but like Raphael is just so Raphael's probably one of the characters that I fleshed out the most, not gonna lie, because I just really liked him, because I gave him this really obscure ability. Actually, I'll go over it real quick because I think it's funny. Okay, so his name is Raphael Bellis. His ability is called Power Up, and he is one of the lowest ranking people to ever exist. But big exception to the rule. His ability is basically a power stack. Uh, he gains basically physical power or physical prowess under certain conditions, and his condition is when he is pricked by a pure cadmium needle that is exactly 5 inches long with a red blunt tip of unaltered color, and it only works if he is pricked in the muscle underneath the eye, called the orbicularis oculi, and the needles can't be reused. So every single time he pricks himself, that's one less needle that he's able to use to power himself up again. And he's effectively one of the most broken characters I've ever made. Because if he somehow manages to get 380 needles under his eye, like in that muscle, his danger rating goes way off the charts. His danger rating, instead of exceeding a max of 9 on the danger rating scale for the Modus number, he goes all the way to 7,239. He's really broken. Okay, so in order to max out, like, in order to get to 9.0, he would need to stab him, like, prick his eye 13 times. Jeez, I love it so much. That ability is one of my favorites that I've ever made. Okay, so we're still working on Catherine, but I need to actually... Okay. Let's see. Oh yeah, what did I make her? Anna was a Soli, and so is Catherine. And my ability... Okay, there we go. Just gonna throw that in there. Okay, but I can't get... Okay. My ability... Okay. There we go. I think that that's gonna be how we close off Catherine's... Oh, I've... but you guys can call me... What were her nicknames? What did I make her nicknames? Katie and Kat. Katie or Kat. If that is easier for you. There we go. And that's how we sneak in the nicknames. Okay. I'm gonna name her Cat. I'm just gonna use Cat. Hurries back to line, passing by a girl, long green hair, and there we go. Perfect. What did I make her personality? Serenity is the next person I'm going for. Okay, patient, passionate, empathetic, awkward, dedicated. So basically, absolute introvert mode. With her head held low. Okay, I'm Serenity. I believe that's what I made her name. Oh, 2 A's, okay. Cool, I didn't remember putting 2 A's in there, but I guess I did. So, here we go. I think I made her a Medi, right? Oh, I made her a Soli. Why did I make her a Soli? Her ability is kind of broken if used right. Okay. Let's see. So she's very nervous around people. She is very introverted, and her ability is basically she can control plants and such. Okay. There we go. Oh, she can't control them. I can force healthy plants or seeds to grow at an extremely how do you spell accelerate? Okay, extremely accelerated rate. I'm trying to make my normal writing process more interesting because it's really not that interesting. I do talk to myself, so it's pretty easy to just commentate everything I'm doing. But I talk to myself a lot more than I'm doing right now. I just don't want to seem weird. Holy crap, why are there so many people just watching me write? Y'all know you have impact, right? I put up this stream so that you guys could recommend stuff. We're also going to change that to and, not or. Okay. Okay, by the way, you guys can call me Um. That's such a weird name. I'm not gonna make her say that. There we go. Okay. Brushes back into line. Yes! Next is Raphael. Oh, I'm so excited. I'm so excited. Oh, this is gonna be so funny. I know exactly what I'm gonna do. Yes. Yes. Okay. She covers her face. And continues to the line. Much quicker than before. Boy stands back up and brushes there we go. Oh, Raphael. I love your character so much. Okay, so Raphael's whole gag is that he's like a really scrawny little kid. But like he's just such an extreme powerhouse. I know. I'm short. But I swear I'm not that weak. Your name is Raphael Bellis. Or Raffy. Raph, and I believe Ray, right? Did I put him as Ray as well? Yeah, I did. Okay. Let's see. So he is... Okay. 17, and I'm a Sully. Actually, my modus is the lowest. I have the lowest modus since the creation of the modus system, excluding people with no excluding limited people. Let's see. Did I explain what limited was in this yet? Okay. Let's see. Huh. Let's go with 5 separate categories. There were limited people not have any ability apparently I already mentioned that. Who were called limited or a low modus number. The Medi. Okay, there we go. Fixed. Okay, Sarah rushed back in the line, bumps into the short blonde boy, knocks him to the ground on accident. She covers. Okay. Okay, but matter because I have the ability to inflate my modus. My ability is called. Did I call it power up or what did I call it? Power up. It's called power up. Every time I prick my eyes with a specific needle, I grow a little stronger. Growth is exponential and I can become very powerful. As a matter of fact, I can exceed the danger rating on the modus system. Let's see. I think that's okay. Anyways. Let's see. So this guy is supposed to be slightly introverted, but still more outgoing. He's just kind of quiet. He's the quiet kid. He's very nerdy, quiet, and scrawny and such. And then he pricks himself in the eye and murders everything. It's great. I love him. I won't waste your time. So, I will let the next person go. I will be using his full name every time I type it because I want to. I might not if, like, a character is referring to him, because a character probably isn't going to use his full name every time. Who's next? Yes, Daniel. Ah, Daniel. Ah, Daniel. Play twice the size. Raphael. Stops short of Lem. Hello? Okay, my name is Daniel S. Oh, whoopsies. I believe I made him 15. What rank is his ability again? It's Medi. Ability called Vectoring. My ability allows me to okay, force objects to move in a predetermined direction, as long as I would also be able to do the same without my ability. So basically I throw things with my mind. Kind of. Okay, but you can call me Danny. Oh, not Danny 7. Not that. Danny or Dan. Oh, whoopsies. I forgot to... There we go. You can call me Danny or Dan. And if you come up with another nickname, let me know. So I can start using it. That's not how you spell using. Okay. I'm gonna refer to Daniel as Danny because I like that variation of his name most. Let's see. Who's in chat? Okay. I see ya. Well, that's not what I meant to do. You know what? Retreats to line and passes guy. Is uncannily a word? It is a word. Hey, you know what? You learn something every day, don't you? So, the next guy I believe is Vince, yeah. Vince is... Yeah, there we go. Hunches over... and... mumbles barely loud enough to hear. Vince. Okay, let's go. Copy. Paste. And 12 times New Roman 12. I believe he only goes by V. Okay, let's see. He's 16. I appreciate personal space. And silence. My ability is, let's see, Indomitable Will. Which, let's see, emits an aura around me based on my mental state. Yay! Okay. There's more to it, but I don't want to be up here. Okay, up here for longer than necessary. Man, I can't wait to go back through this and actually fix everything up and make it, like, good. Because, I don't know, I'm a little bit on the spot right now. So I'll probably go through, make a few drafts. I mean, my other book is currently on the 6th draft, I think. 6th or 7th. Some chapters are even on the 8th draft. And this is just the first draft of mine. So... okay, there we go. Not Danny, what am I doing? The retreats into the line. And who is next? Jennifer. Ooh. A foil character. Let's see. Why can I not type? A skinny. Why am I so bad? stands by Lem announces. We'll just do. Okay, so my name, why did I capitalize that, is Jennifer Laurie or Jenny or Jen or Jay. Is she the youngest girl? I don't know if she's the youngest, but she's 16. Sold. Okay, let's see. What was she again? She's a solely. Not memory. My ability is hinge. Okay, let's see. Okay. I can force things to stay still and rotate. But they can't move. That doesn't make sense. Stop things in place. When I stop something, it can only rotate like a hinge. It can't move outside of that. No matter what. Is that good enough for you, Lem? Okay. So this character is supposed to just be kind of not nice. That's the whole point of her character. Eventually, she gets straight up slaughtered by Vince. Okay. Let's see. Oh, it's right here. Oh, yeah. So, Jennifer... Okay, so this is a fight that happens in the Rebellion arc. So Jennifer and Olivia basically go after Lemerus, but Lemerus doesn't want to, you know, hurt them. So just so happens that Daniel and Raphael were there. Daniel basically prevents... Okay, so... For context, Olivia's ability is basically turning anything into like a slime material. Daniel basically uses his ability. Oh crap, that is not what I meant to do. Daniel uses his ability to essentially redirect every attempt that Olivia tries to prevent her from touching Lem, to prevent her from, you know, turning him into slime. Actually, her ability was in a brainstorming session that I was not supposed to be taking as seriously at all, but I decided to anyways because I thought it was funny. Anyways, after this happens, Raphael joins the fight after stacking about 20 needles, which is 19 danger rating, which is still ridiculously high. Basically... Raphael stomps in order to kind of distract everybody. Uh, Everything around him shakes, and even the windows all shatter. Jennifer hinges. Uh, Jennifer hinges Raphael, and then Raphael gets vectored to cancel the ability, but he also gets launched because of, something called potential energy, which I should probably. Due to potential energy. Yay. Okay. Yeah, so Vince eventually, he was watching off to the side. He joins into the fight. He's just kind of pissed off. And so he squares up with Jennifer because, he's the person that he knows that he can take. Well, Jennifer is the one person he knows he can take. Anyways, so Vince is pissed off, and as we discovered earlier, he actually also went into Alevit modus, which means that his ability was also unstable and much more powerful. When he squares up with her, he explodes into a mass of red liquid and literally blends Jennifer to pieces. So he just straight up murders Jennifer on accident. Anyways, Vince, being the kind of person he is, gets really scared of himself because he didn't know he had that kind of ability or power. Oh, I remember that. 19 on a scale of 0 to 9 is definitely very high. Yeah, very high. But yeah, so I'm just going to finish explaining this one, Brannick, because you already know, because you helped me choreograph the fight. Anyways, so after that happens, Vince gets really, really scared. Vince's fear manifests itself as he looks at Olivia, and everything turns pitch black. Olivia screams in terror. Vince basically regains consciousness after that whole thing, to see that Raphael, Lem, and Danny Boy are all greatly disturbed, and Olivia is huddled in a ball crying and screaming. Anyways, the guys leave Olivia alone on the ground. Olivia was actually permanently afflicted by the manifestation of fear that Vince accidentally used, I guess. Oh yeah, I worded it this way because I thought it was really funny. So the teacher and principal, notice all of the shenanigans that Olivia's doing, like being all scared all the time. And so they call in Psychiatrist Sama, aka Dr. Ward. Dr. Ward is the doctor of the one psychological ward in the area, and her ability is pretty cool. Where did I... Oh yeah, Dr. Ward's ability is to change the perception of a relationship between her and another person. So basically, she used this ability on Olivia to force Olivia to think that Dr. Ward was somebody very, very close to her. And so she gets committed. And let's see. After school got involved, Cyrus. Oh yeah, I never went over why this whole split happened. Okay, so basically, Lemerus murders the criminal that broke into the school and killed Jackson. Cyrus uses Felix, whose ability is to prevent people from lying, essentially, because he just subconsciously yells objection every single time somebody lies in front of him. Greatest ability I've ever made. Except for maybe Power Up, I like that one more. Anyways, so they use Felix to interrogate Lemerus into telling them that he accidentally killed some people when he was younger. After that, Cyrus uses this new information. He tells all of the club members, and the club members actually split. So there were the ones that trusted Lemerus even with the whole incident, which were Vince, Dexter, Raphael, Daniel, and Walter. and the ones that mistrusted Lemurus, or basically didn't trust him anymore: Olivia, Sinestra, Blake, Serenity, Eleanor, Abigail, Cyrus, Elizabeth, Addison, Anastasia, Felix, and Benjamin. And then the ones that were still neutral, so basically they just didn't really care and decided not to take a stance. They were Anthony, Albert, Jennifer, Sarah, and Catherine. The people that no longer trusted Lemurus stopped attending club meetings, and the other two groups continued. Lemurus secretly meets with Dexter and makes a wish to resurrect Jackson, but Dexter refused to grant the wish, as the way that Dexter's ability works is that he can grant wishes at a cost. And so the cost of resurrecting Jackson would require Lemurus to basically die. Lemurus made another wish to remove all of the bad luck and miasma from Sinestra and transfer it to Lemurus himself. That way the consequence was actually defined. Dexter granted the wish, and Sinestra suddenly began acting strangely in front of everybody else, you know. This was because if you look up here in the Twins arc, basically... Oh, wait. Twin backstory, maybe? Oh, no. It's just Twins arc. Yeah, so the twins were abused as kids, and Sinestra was particularly abused. Oh, yeah. Dexter and Sinestra are twins. And... yeah, so Sinestra basically made a wish. Where did I write that down? I swear I wrote that down somewhere. I had to have written that down somewhere. Let's see. Bringing out the notebook again. Let's see. Oh, here we go. Okay, so this occurs when Dexter and Sinestra are children. Dexter walks in on Sinestra being physically, well, not physically, abused, in quotes, by their father. And so Dexter begs Sinestra to make a wish to escape their life. She wishes to be free from that kind of abuse, and as a result, their dad dies. And Sinestra is cursed with bad luck and miasma, and basically assumes the personality of Dexter. And so the significance of Lemurus making a wish to undo that curse is... okay, here we go. Basically, it granted Sinestra the ability to have her own personality again. So her mental freedom was restored, and it actually made Sinestra hate him even more, because she was finally able to actually emotionally react to all of these torments of her past, and she basically hates men. Which, like, honestly, from her childhood, that makes sense. And... oh, yeah. Sarah's ability is the most fleshed out ability I have. Okay, so Sarah Croupier. And her ability is called Roulette, and it is a Medi and not an Apex because she has zero control. Basically, she she pulls out any kind of circular surface, and she draws a shape on it, either a heart, a spade, a club, or a diamond. And depending on what she draws, it will have a different effect. Oh, yes. And then, so how it works is you have the circular object, you draw the symbol on it, and then you put any kind of ball on it as long as it fits, you know? And so the circular surface automatically gets labeled 1 through 36. And, well, here we go. This was the result. 36 effects for 4 different possibilities. And, yeah, that's her ability. Club is very, very dangerous because it's literally all natural disasters. That's all it is. Okay, so back to the other arc. Where is it? Okay, here we go. Ben and Blake both attack Lem. Vince intercepts again because Vince actually grew very attached to Lem. Sarah basically walks in and threatens to use her ability to prevent the fight from escalating. Everybody leaves and Sarah stays with Lemuris. And basically, Sarah calls Lem out because he's being depressed and pitying himself. He's basically being a little whiny baby. Yes, it is over 120 effects. It's 124 effects, I believe. Wait, no, it's 140. It's 144 effects. Jeez. That's kind of stupid. 144 effects from Sarah's roulette. Anyway, so Sarah calls Lemuris out on being a little baby. Lemuris basically breaks down because, mind you, he's still going through Olivet Modus when this happens, and so he's in extreme pain all the time. And he's constantly preventing himself from triggering his ability by just dealing with the pain. However, he accidentally slips a little bit, and this is where I actually slipped in the actual romance, because before all of this, Olivia and Lemuris were dating. Lemuris hugs Sarah due to him glitching out of reality for a second due to his reposition ability. Basically, it zooms out, the setting zooms out and reveals that Eleanor and Olivia were actually watching the entire situation through a rift. Olivia calls Lemuris a cheater, even though, like, you know, she kind of doesn't like him because he killed people, and she doesn't like that. So they kind of just stop talking to each other. Anyways, she still calls him a cheater, and Eleanor tries to back Lemuris up by saying that he was just very vulnerable. Anyways, Olivia attempts to murder Sarah. Sarah pulls out a paper wheel and draws a heart on it, activates her ability, rolls a 13, and basically 13s enhance her natural reflexes. So that's pretty cool. Oh yeah, Olivia also went through Olivet Modus, and her new ability is to create and summon conscious slime. And so she summons slimes made of her dead friends. Because she accidentally killed her friends during Olivet Modus, but hey, you know what? It happens. Sarah then reactivates her ability with a spade, poisons Olivia. Just... that's cool. And Olivia summons another slime and burns Sarah severely. Lemuris basically walks past this whole thing and uses his ability to get closer and bring Sarah to the nurse office. And then this is where all of the previous fight takes place, where Olivia attacks Lem, Daniel intercepts Vector's stuff, and yeah. So now we're caught up. Okay. Oh yeah. So the reignition of the club arc. Uh Jackson apparently had a secret ability that allows him to resurrect himself once every 6 months. And so, since he was dressed in a tuxedo at his funeral, he walks back to school in a dirty tuxedo because, he was dead. He actually meets up with Olivia after she got done with Dr. Ward's therapy, and she sees Jackson walking, even though she thought he was dead. So, she ensures that he's real by touching his face, and then she faints because somebody can only take so much mental, junk before they not okay anymore. Anyways, Jackson carries Olivia to the school. Of course, they're late to school. And he's looking for Lemerus when new security guards stop Jackson. And since they were hired after the attack on the school in which he died, he was confused. And basically, they issued school IDs. And Jackson didn't have one because he was dead. And so, yeah. Of course, Jackson also doesn't remember dying, so he's confused at what's happening. He gets to school and brings Olivia to the nurses. Oh, shouldn't the control of roulette be 1, not 0? Because you can choose a quarter of the effects. You can't even choose a quarter of the effect. You can choose... I don't know. Probably. Is it 0? Did I put 0 control? I did put 0 control. 1. I agree with you, Brannick. Okay, here we go. So... Okay. So, he brings Olivia to the nurse and sees Sarah recovering from burns. He asks the nurse what's happening. Nurse tells him she was burned by somebody accidentally triggering their ability. Lemerus walks in to check on Sarah, of course, and he sees Jackson. Since, Lemerus thought Jackson was dead, he runs over, gets a little bit emotional, and they talk a little bit. Jackson, of course, not knowing that he died, asks Lemerus why he woke up in a casket. Lemerus explains everything that happened, including the death of Jackson. Jackson kind of freaks out, kind of stumbles and falls over a little bit. Anyways, he takes Jackson to Cyrus after making sure Olivia and Sarah were both safe in the nurse's office. Cyrus studies Jackson a little bit because, that's how analysis works. And you're welcome, Brannick. So, yeah, Jackson has the ability to revive once every 6 months. Jackson begins freaking out. Lemerus tries to stay calm and basically calm Jackson down as well. He asks about the other club members. After calming down a bit, Lemerus explains the club tension and how they made up in the end. Lemerus reintroduces Jackson to the club, and Jackson reunites with the club. With the club mostly back to normal, excluding Jennifer, who is dead, Sarah, who is very seriously injured, and Olivia, who is unconscious, Lemerus decides that it's time to publicize the club further. And this is basically what everybody chose and everything. So, yeah. That's where I'm at right now. Any thoughts, anybody? No? Nobody? Cool. I don't really know what else to do. I just need to write it all out. School events, yes, school events. So basically, Lemerus said that he wanted to expand the club. And so every one of the club members, like, puts ideas into the pot of what they should do to publicize their club. Lemerus, of course, says that since his club is training people how to use their abilities to the best like possible extent, Lemerus is just like, we should do a tactical ability showcase because, you know, that's showing off what you've learned to use your ability for. And Jackson is just like, pizza party. Elizabeth, Anastasia, both basically say that they should start putting posters everywhere. Benjamin wants to do a magic show. Addison wants to do a talent show. Raphael wants to do a talent show. Abigail wants to do a talent show. And Anthony wants to do a talent show. Then, let's see, what's next? Cyrus, Catherine, Daniel, Olivia, Dexter, Sinestra, Eleanor, Blake, and Walter all don't really have an opinion. Next, Serenity suggests basically coffee and talk, you know, just hanging out with coffee and such. Albert agrees with that. And then Vince and Sarah both say we should just do whatever Lem says because he knows best. So Lem chose ultimately to host a week of club promotions. Day one is hanging posters and flyers earlier in the day to show off everything. Day two is like sports games on campus and school festivals stuff out of the club's authority to enable or cancel. No, so basically Lem is proposing club activities. This is completely separate from the school. But yeah, so day one is posters and flyers. Day two is a talent show. Day three is a tactical ability showcase. And day four is just a coffee and chat. And then day five is basically an induction ceremony. So Lem basically says that every club member is required to participate in at least 4 of the 5 days, and the 5th day was absolutely required. So everybody is there on the 5th day. Lemurs is also there for every day. So yeah, that's pretty much... Yep. There we go. Okay. I think I'm probably just going to end stream. We got 2.5 hours of work done. I feel like that was pretty fun. Ooh, boy. Okay, yeah, I'm just gonna end. It was a lot of fun, guys. Maybe if you guys are interested in seeing this done again, I'm actually gonna go on a different thing because I don't want to accidentally overload my computer by putting that on for too long. If you guys want me to do this again, just hit me up in the Discord, and I will gladly do another stream like this because this was surprisingly productive. Okay. It helped me get out of writer's block a little bit. So I think that in the end it was very beneficial for me, and honestly this has been probably the highest stream average I've ever had. So yeah, I'm just gonna end now. This is how